Everyone, you need to see this.
Chắc tay dun saat no. Mrs. Moka dun dai bang chat sa TikTok. Ipaghinda ora go na send the gifts. Hey, thank you sa inyo. Lap ko kayo.
Predators are lurking on TikTok, and it's worse than you think. Before we proceed, please consider supporting my channel by liking, commenting, and sharing this video. This will make it easier for others in search for truth to find it on YouTube. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. Thank you. A few days ago, I was scrolling through TikTok, checking out videos related to my interests, climate change theories, the South China Sea dispute, and the latest political news. But what I stumbled upon was far more alarming. At first glance, it wasn't very clear. The live host was using filters, so nothing seemed off. But then, suddenly, the image shifted. A guy was aiming the camera directly at the center of his nature. I was shocked, completely taken aback. Why am I seeing this type of content? And why is it on TikTok, a platform where minors are always online? This isn't just inappropriate, it's horrifying. TikTok is supposed to be a safe space, but this crosses every boundary imaginable. I read through the comments and reactions, and they were mixed. Some viewers were clearly upset, feeling violated just like I did. But then there were others, teasing, wanting to see more, and even motivating viewers to check out their own inappropriate shows. The most troubling part? When I looked into some of the commenters, I found that some of them weren't even of legal age. It's incredibly sad and alarming that this kind of content is reaching such a young audience.
I love you, bro. See you soon.
After that, a flood of similar live streams started popping up on my For You page. What is happening with TikTok's algorithm right now? I don't get it. This content is nowhere near my interests, yet it keeps showing me this unimaginable stuff.
Follow ba na bravo? Lakan sa pakit nun sa TikTok? Chata yun sa no. Mrs. Moka dun dai bang chat sa TikTok.
In one of these live streams, another guy, clearly over 35, was actually encouraging some of his viewers to chat with him on TikTok. This is beyond unsettling. Why is this being pushed to users like me? And worse, why is it allowed to reach vulnerable audiences?
May TV ka, I like that. Bukid nun.
And now, he's encouraging his viewers to open an account on Tevi. While Tevi might be a decent platform on its own, people like this guy are using it to exploit others. If you haven't heard of Tevi, you're not alone. But trust me, you don't want your children installing it on their phones, especially without your knowledge. This is how these predators are expanding their reach, and it's terrifying.
Tapos the other days, ano pa? 4 rounds.
While the host was telling stories, a young teenager asked what Tevi was.
And they paid through. Nap-nap ano, magawa ka ng TV, nap-nap, account, tapos nasa bio ko yung TV ko, yad mo ko doon, follow mo.
But instead of discouraging the boy from installing it, he actually encouraged him to download the app so he could watch him there. And let me remind you, Tevi is a subscription-based platform. The idea of a minor being lured into paying for access to this kind of content is beyond disturbing. This isn't just wrong, it's a dangerous manipulation that puts young people at serious risk. Now let me show you how TikTok's algorithm is messing with people, pushing random content that has nothing to do with your interests. One day, I opened TikTok again, and on my For You page, the first thing I saw was a political news clip. I scrolled down, and suddenly there's a guy promoting whitening soap. Scroll again. Now it's earbuds being advertised. And then back to another political news video. But then out of nowhere, there's a live stream of a man, nearly 30 years old, showing up in my feed. He was actually asking his viewers to send him gifts before he would even start the live show. This isn't just about content anymore. It's about exploiting people for money. The fact that someone can manipulate their audience, including minors, into paying them in exchange for this kind of content is beyond unacceptable. Some of his audience stepped in, trying to stop him.
Oh, naman ito, Kuya Ilu. Oh God.
They were warning him, telling him he'd be reported.
Saan ka na muna ng gapes? Joshua. Nasaan? Di ko nakasentang gapes, wala pa.
But despite the warnings, he continued, completely unfazed. It's unsettling to see how these people push boundaries, even when others are clearly trying to call them out and protect the community. I decided to check the profile of the live host, hoping to find some clue as to why he would act like this in front of so many people. But to my surprise, he seemed normal. From what I could gather, he's probably a college student. And while he might be doing this for money, it's not an excuse for that kind of behavior. What really makes me sad is that some of the audience are actually encouraging this, sending him gifts just to get him to continue the live show. It's heartbreaking to see people supporting something so wrong. Then, I made the decision to report him, just like I did with the others. Now, you might wonder why I stayed in the live and didn't just leave. Well, my reason is simple. I wanted to document everything. I need the world to know that these kinds of predators are exploiting people in a modern, disturbing way.
Kuya Power Bottom ako. Oh my God. Mga Power Bottom.
And I want everyone to be aware of it.
10 carols, Joe. Sige na, mag-send na kayo ng rose. To this. San Jose Tito Vista. Thank you. Nice, sana all. Hey, thank you sa inyo. Love po kayo. Thank you.
After several minutes, the live host received the gifts and, just as he promised, he performed. That was what I had been waiting for, to complete my evidence.
Sandra yun. Getting big, what the hey man? Andi it with. Cassandra through the What happened? I love a Twitter.
Then, on another day, I stumbled upon the same kind of content again. At this point, I really hate TikTok. This time, it was a guy in his early 20s. At first, there was nothing unusual, just him chatting with his audience and sipping on some coffee. But suddenly, just like the last guy, he began to entertain his audience in the same inappropriate way. It's like a pattern, and it's sickening. This guy was also promoting Tevi and Telegram. Now, while Telegram is mainly used for communication and business, based on my research, guys like him are exploiting their audience for subscription-based content. And you can probably guess the type of content they're offering, judging by what they've already shown here. It's clear that they're using these platforms to lure in viewers for something much darker and more exploitative. Is this really the future we want for our children? A world where this kind of content is being normalized? If you, like me, still believe that we have the power to shape a better future, one where exploitation like this doesn't exist, then we need to take action. Here's how you can report this kind of content and help protect the community. Step 1. Click the account avatar of the live host or simply long press anywhere on the screen. Step 2. When the Select a Reason menu pops up, choose the appropriate reason, just like what I've shown here. Make sure to pick the option that best describes the violation, such as nudity, inappropriate content, or exploitation. Continue with next steps. Step 3. You can also add a report description to give more details and add weight to your report, or simply leave it blank. Once you're ready, hit Submit. After submitting your report, you can also tick Hide this live so you won't see his live stream again. Now, you might be asking, did I block the accounts of these people? My answer is no. In fact, I copied all their profile links. But why would I do that if I don't like them? Remember when I mentioned that I documented everything? Here's why. I've been upset with platforms like Facebook lately for showing openly inappropriate content to young audiences. And recently, Facebook has come under scrutiny by lawmakers in the US for this very issue. But to my surprise, TikTok is different. While it's still not perfect, I can say TikTok has been better at handling these situations, taking action faster than Facebook ever did. So here's the result. I reported all of those live streams, and here's what happened to their accounts now. The first account I reported, the one from the video with over 6,000 followers, is no longer available. I'm not entirely sure if this is permanent, but it's a step in the right direction. If you ask me, TikTok should go further and delete accounts like this completely. It's the only way to really protect users and stop these predators from resurfacing. But the third account, that college student, it's still there. Maybe TikTok's moderators overlooked what he did during the live, and honestly, I feel furious right now. How could they miss that? Meanwhile, the guy with the coffee has been banned, which is a relief. I don't feel any guilt for these people. In fact, I'm hoping TikTok deletes their accounts entirely. They don't deserve a platform to exploit or manipulate their audiences. So if you've enjoyed this video and found value in our journey together, I encourage you to show your support by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it to warn others, and subscribing to our channel. Your contribution truly matters, and together, we can make a difference in creating a safer online space. We also highly recommend you watch the next video on screen. We spent a lot of time researching and creating it just for you. Thanks for watching, and let's continue to stand up against this together.